Hey, good morning. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday breakthrough. I'm Carolyn Bishop, your business with balance coach. So as soon as you start into this, say hi, let me know that you are here. And one of my favorite things to do is ask you to tell me where you're coming from, because I'm a big traveler and I love to know where everybody is. We've got such an international group here. And so tell me where you are at. And actually, you know what? Let's have some fun today. Tell me not only where you're at, but where's your favorite place that you've traveled? Now, this is totally off topic today, but I just thought it'd be fun. That just popped into my head. So, what we are talking about today, the topic today is the number one step. I'm going to read it so I make sure I get the wording right. The number one step you must take to stop time from flying by without seeing big business improvements. To stop time from flying by. Have you noticed that? Have you been like, oh my gosh, where did the year go? Oh my gosh, I was going to accomplish this year. Oh my gosh, we're almost at the end of another calendar year and still not where I want it to be. Like, have you felt that? Have you been there? Let me know if I am not the only one who has done that before, where you are in, you're working hard, you're doing what you want to do, but then, a calendar moment comes up. There we go. Now I can see you guys. A calendar moment comes up, whether it be the end of a calendar year, whether it be the end of a fiscal year, whether it's the end of the month, and you're like, geez, I'm still not like, why didn't I do this? Or why is that not hitting the goals that I want to hit? Or why am I still stuck in this place? Do you ever experience time flying by? Just put oh, yay, I see Orange Beach, Gulf Shores. Yay, I'm going to get in so I can see all your comments. San Marcos. Hi, Jenny. Oh my gosh. Yes, Jenny and I both live in San Marcos. She's down the road. Hello. It's so good to see you. I'll see you at the football game on Friday, probably, if you're going. So does time fly by sometimes? Like, are you getting to the end of a month or even a week and going, gosh, I didn't get that done. Where's that happening? What I want to do today is talk to you about the number one thing that you must do to stop that from happening, to make sure that you are in a position that you're actually getting big business improvement along the way all the time. Yes, yes, yes. I see Dallas, Anna Marie of Island, Florida. Nice. That's your favorite place to travel. Love that. Gulf Shores, Alabama. Love it. Oh, you lost me. Am I still back? Okay. Hopefully we're here. We're good. We got kicked out or something. I don't know. It says that I'm still streaming from my end. So hopefully everything is good. Hey, Lisa, I see you here. And Cheryl. Good, you guys. Okay. So the number one thing we must do to stop time from flying by. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you a couple stories because this is going to nail home how important this is. So let's have a look at history. And here's what I want you to do while I'm talking about some of my history. I want you to think if anything resonates with you and some of your history that you've experienced. So my question for you is, and what I'm going to tell you about that I've done is, what have you tried in terms of your business strategy that you just found exhausting, that you caught yourself constantly avoiding, that you put all your effort into? These are options here. You put all your effort into, but it never really went anywhere. What have you kind of replicated from a mentor or a coach or a leader that you have, that they just said, just do this, just do this, just do this? And you were almost kind of beating yourself up because you weren't getting the results that that they were getting, or that you saw other people getting. Or maybe you saw a great idea online to build your business and you were like, oh, that must be the hottest thing. Let me go for this. But you never really got it off the ground. It never really went anywhere. So think of some of the things. Hey, Christy, what have you tried that just kind of was through your career? So, or what took you out of sorts, or what did you avoid? Now, I'm going to tell you a couple examples so that you can brainstorm for yourself. And this is really important in this. You know that I'm all about action, not just ideas. So I want you to really think about this. Some of the things when I was planning this, what I was going to talk about today, I was like, okay, what have I done? Because I know there's a lot. Well, one of the things that one of the companies that I was in the past, and I was a top level leader, is they would talk about this thing called warm chatter. Warm chatter was the idea that you talk to everybody within 3 feet of you so that you can get into conversation and then market your products. And this was like this, I mean, it's a topic through the company. It still is. I've retired from that company now, but it's a topic like warm chatter. It's a method, it's a strategy, and it can be a good one. if it's right for you. But for me, warm chatter, it got to the point that I didn't want to grocery shop anymore. It got to the point that I didn't even want to go shopping anymore. I'm not a big shopper, but that can still be fun. It got to the point that I was starting to avoid going out in public because I knew I should be warm chattering, that everybody there that I should be talking, trying to get to know, and then trying to bring up my business. And it was such a stress for me. It was such a out of sorts of who I am that it would cause me to get like a tight knot in my stomach. I would, start to tense up in my shoulders. I would start to almost become this fake person because I was like, I can do this. I can push through. I'm a leader in this company. This is a big thing that we coach. And if I can't do it, how can I teach it? And I would start to do it. Ugh. And what I started to do was start adjusting my life so that I wasn't in position to have to do it. That was one. And I started to think, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I do this? Here's another. Does anybody else know? Yes. Anybody else know? Okay. Cold calling. I see somebody popped in. Yes. Cold calling. There's another one. That whole idea of talking to a stranger out of the blue to try and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. Do you want it? Right? I can see that, Cheryl. Thank you for your input there. So what else have you guys had? Here's another example for me. Networking events. Okay. I love meeting people. Don't get me wrong. I love meeting people in a very natural setting. I love getting to know people. If I go to a party, I can talk to anybody. That's something I do well naturally. But networking events where I had to walk up to people, and then what I was coached, what I was taught was, here's my business card. This is what I do. Would you like to set an appointment with me? It felt so unnatural. It felt so out of sorts. And I'm not saying networking events were bad for me. It was the method that I was doing it, that I had been taught to do it, that made me feel so uncomfortable. When I started switching and changing what I did at networking events, they became one of my biggest ways to grow. And there's kind of a hint about what we're getting here. The number one thing you need to change. DMing strangers, like Cheryl, you said cold calling. Okay. What else, you guys? Throw in some ideas of things that have made you feel really uncomfortable, really out of sorts, that you caught yourself avoiding in terms of business methods and strategies to grow your business. What else? Another one was like DMing strangers. When we got into the whole COVID world and the social media world became not just important, but almost essential for business survival, because we couldn't do the face-to-face stuff. The DMing strangers, the coming up with a script that you could just randomly send to people to say, hey, I'm a business coach. Would you like this? Oh my gosh, that was gross. I tried it for about 2 days and I was like, I am not doing this. I am not doing this. DMing strangers, or just even, here's another one, talking on the phone to people. I'm not naturally a phone talker. Okay. I love having really in-depth conversations with people. My best friend and I will go off and we'll talk for 45 minutes. But I'm not somebody who talks to people on the phone all the time. I voice text. I like to text. I like to, record videos, but I'm not a huge phone talker, and definitely wasn't back in the day. But the business model that I had been taught by some really successful mentors were, well, you just made booking calls, just pick up the phone and do booking calls, booking calls. Now, this is before a lot of voice text and before a lot of social media stuff. I was so uncomfortable, but I was a leader in the company. I was a leader. Like, I was driving a car everybody knew. I had hundreds of people in my organization. I was getting invited to speak at, company functions in front of thousands of people because of my success. So I had this like, oh, I should be doing this. I should be. This is what's taught. This is what's given. I should be. And here's what's happened. I stayed stuck because of those things anytime I brought them in. So are you guys, Lisa says you're reading my mind. Yes. So what else? What else have you guys gone through? Here's some things when I got into the coaching world. Blogging was a big thing. Blogging was a big thing when I first started getting certified as a coach. And I had some ideas. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can write. One of my degrees out of high school, or not my degrees, one of my scholarships out of high school was based on my English. So I was actually a pretty good writer. And I was like, oh, I should do this. But I also tend to battle sometimes with perfectionist tendencies. And when I write, maybe because that was something that was my strength, it takes me forever. It takes me forever. So blogging I tried to do, but Oh my gosh, it took them my entire week just to get one thing out a week. And then I was like, okay, well, you know what? I should probably write a book. I've got this success. I actually got on the cover of a magazine. You can see they just gave me a framed picture of it recently. We haven't seen each other since COVID. But I got on the front cover of a magazine because I was writing quick little articles for them. And the coach that I was connected to was that, a book, when you write a book, it really gives you credibility. You really should write a book. And so I started writing a book and I was like, oh, good Lord, it consumed my whole world. So are you guys getting these ideas of like all of these things that I'm talking about? They're great business strategies. Writing a book, doing blogs, networking events, DMing people, booking calls, warm chattering, whatever it is. All of these methods, they all work. They're all great. They're all fantastic strategies. So why were they lousy for me? This is where we're coming into the number one thing that you must do if you want to have time stop flying by and start to see some big business improvements with your time as it passes. All of those were amazing strategies. They're all fantastic methods. They didn't fit me. They didn't fit me, at least not the way that I was coached to do them. The warm chatter, it ended up stressing me out and I started doubting who I was. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. What's wrong with me? I like people. Why can't I do this? And my confidence started to go down. That was one example. The networking events. Oh my gosh, this is awkward. I don't like this. Why can't I book appointments with these people? The method I had been taught was not working. It didn't match me. I like to get to know people a little bit more and have an easier yes for them, which is one of the things in my coaching program. I always coach people. You must have a really easy yes, unless you are this insanely charismatic person that everybody is like, wow, I want to be around you. That's not me necessarily. Right. So that when I was doing that, I was like, wow, I suck at networking events. I shouldn't do these. Okay. It started to have me doubt again what I could do and what I could accomplish. And I was thinking, oh, well, networking events just aren't for me. No, it wasn't that. It was the strategy of doing them, DMing people. It wasn't that the system was bad. It was that how it was being done didn't match who I am. Booking calls, same thing. That thing didn't match me. Blogging, it was taking up my entire week. Writing a book, it was encompassing my whole world and it was bringing me out of balance. I was like not spending time with my family because I was so heads down and trying to write this while I still had the ideas clear in my head. And it took me away from my family and it took me out of balance. And that is not who I am. And then, even doing videos, right? Doing videos, the editing, the getting the cute little things going, the creativity behind that. Some of it was me, but some of it wasn't. And it made it such an exhausting method for me that it kept me stuck. And that is how time flies by, is using methods that aren't necessarily bad methods. It's not that they're not good, it's that they don't match you. So I even got into, here's some more. Have you guys thought of, yes, all of those things. I even got into like basket making, gift giving. I am not a gift person at all. I'm one of these people, like my husband and I are like, what do you want to do for our anniversary? Let's just go for dinner or let's do a staycation somewhere. We don't even do gifts. Like I'm just not a gift person. That's not my thing. But I thought it was a great idea for a moment to get into a great big gift basket making thing because that was one of the hot things that one of my mentors was like killing it with. And I was like, ooh, that's what I should do. I bought all the supplies. I got into this. And at least I was smart enough to think, I'm not going to do the small little gifts. I'm going to do like corporate gift giving baskets so that I can sell $400 or $500 at a time, make this, one sale really worth it, not $15, $20, $30 things that are going to take so much time and energy. At least I had figured that much out about myself. But do you know that the part of it that was really easy for me was approaching the corporations, talking to the CEOs, selling them on it. But when they bought it, I'd get back in my car and go, oh, crap, now I got to make these things. Right? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And so if you're getting it, the number one thing you have to do, you must do to stop time from flying by. Like I'm giving you so many examples just so that you can feel how much time I lost in all of these. how much time I lost trying to write a book, how much time I lost trying to blog regularly, how much time I lost doing a corporate gift giving service, how much time I lost going to networking events with a strategy that didn't work with who I was, how much time I lost trying to avoid grocery shopping because I didn't want to talk to people when I was grocery shopping, and I didn't want to feel bad about myself that I wasn't talking to people while I was grocery shopping. Can you see the snowball of the amount of time and how time can fly by if you're doing things that don't match you? And so here's your profit making thing. What was the topic today? The actual topic, like the title, was the number one step you must take to stop time from flying by without seeing big business improvements. Well, here's your answer: personalization. Personalization is your profit maker. Personalization is your profit maker. Yes, I see you in the chat there. How much time I lose procrastinating. Do you know that procrastination is often caused by that subconscious in the back of our brain? Like, I don't want to do this because it's not me. When we have our business aligned with who we are, when we have our business set up in a way that matches us, it matches our strengths, it matches the things we enjoy in life, it is aligned up with our calendar, with our other commitments in our life, with how we want to interact in our day, with whether we're introverted or extroverted, or whether we're super busy or have a ton of free time, with whether we want to be out and about or staying in. When your business is aligned up with all of the factors that make up who you are, that is when you will see big business improvements. So, like, how did I get on the cover of that magazine? That was one of those times. That was a networking event. Sorry, I'm mirror mode on this for you guys. That was a networking event, is where I got connected into this magazine. But previously, wait, Carolyn, you said you were horrible at networking events. You said that was awful. How did you connect with those? Hang on, it's there. Those magazine people. If you were awful at networking events, how did you meet them and ended up on the front cover of their magazine? Well, because by then I had figured out how I wanted to do networking events, how it worked for me, the strategy that worked in my world. And I was able to connect with the right people. I was able to feel comfortable, because when we are in our own strength, when we are sitting in a place where we're working as us, guess what? Our truest, best self comes out. And when we are trying to be someone else or do something that doesn't fit who we are, or is misaligned with the strengths and the natural talents that we have, we actually lessen our power. We start to feel less confident because we don't feel naturally good at it. We start to doubt ourselves. We start to hesitate, and people can feel that, right? Have you ever been in a room where someone walks in and you're like, whoa, who is that? Like, there's just this energy around them. Have you ever? Okay. Yes. Don't waste time trying to be what is not true to you. Exactly. So here's how this applies to business. Personalization is your profit maker. Okay. Can we agree? Will you guys type in the word? Yeah. Personalization. Absolutely. I get this now. But then it's like, okay, well, how do I personalize all these pieces of my business? How do I do that? So personalization is your profit maker. If you guys agree with me so far based on what I've talked about, will you just type in the word yes, personalization? Yes, personalization. I'm absolutely in on that. It totally makes sense. Okay, yes, perfect. Thanks, Christy. I see you're typing in personalization. If you agree with me, type that word in, personalization. Absolutely, right? With personalization, with who you are, your natural skills, that it also fits your life and your timetable. Things have got to be personalized for your timetable, for your calendar, for the other polls you have on your life. Personalized so that your best self shines through, right? Like when I got into launching online and doing teaching, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy for me because I'm a teacher. I was a teacher. This is what I love to do, is take complex information, summarize it, give examples, tell stories, and have people go, oh yeah, and have breakthroughs. Like, this is who I am, what I do now. And so my whole business strategy is based around this. But maybe you're somebody who's tried launching. Maybe you've tried to do boot camps and you're like, yeah, this is not me. How much work that is, how much energy and time and money gets wasted if it doesn't match who you are. right? I think about the money that I spend when I'm launching on Facebook ads, and I think about the staff that I hire, and I think about if launching wasn't who I am, oh my gosh, that would be a lot of money down the drain, right? So everything you really want for your business success, for big business breakthroughs, it's got to be lined up to who you are. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck and time's going to fly by. Okay. And sometimes these things that we do, don't get me wrong, sometimes the learning comes from doing the stuff that doesn't match us so that we can identify, oh, that's not me. That's not the right thing. And that's where a breakthrough can come from. So don't kick yourself in any way or feel like, oh, yeah, I've been doing that for years. It's okay as long as you realize that and move forward from it, right? That's part of growth, right? We all got to mess up to be able to grow and learn and figure out who we are along the way. But what we don't want to do is keep doing those things. So when you have your personalization, it means here's the benefits to this. Your business is going to last longer, right? What I want you to do now in the chat is tell me, what are some of the things that are you? What are some of the things that you find natural and easy to do? What are some of the pieces of your business that you enjoy, that you look forward to, that there is no procrastination, that natural, I'm going to avoid this because it's not me, but now I feel bad about myself because I'm procrastinating because I should be doing this and but I'm not, and oh, I'm so bad. And then we start to feel awful about ourselves. But I want you instead to think, what am I powerful at? What are some of the things that are great for me? Because when you do that, so type those in while I kind of tell you what this will do when you line up your business with you. And I'm talking about all 5 pillars: finding, feeding, feast, offering, and fulfillment. All of them need to be lined up to who you are for your business to really be able to explode, to be able to um, for you to show up in your best power, for you to have that wow factor when you're talking with other people, that they're like, I want to be in your space. Like, oh my gosh, you have this confidence or you have this energy that I want to be around. That doesn't happen if your business is not lined up with you, or what you're doing in the moment doesn't line up with who you are, right? So here's the 4 things that when you line this up with yourself, personalize your business at every pillar along the way, every pillar. And this takes work. This is why my program's a year long. Okay, because it's about personalizing your finding, personalizing your feeding, personalizing your feast, your offering, your fulfillment, personalizing every piece of that. That's why our full academy is a year long. And then we have our pillar construction is 6 months long. And then we have the balance project where you're really pulling in, what is me? Where am I? How can I make quick fixes in my business? And you're lining out your year calendar and really getting your year completely set. That's the balance project. How does that line out with me? Okay. That's when you get this lined up, your business will, number 1, last longer, because when it's you, it's easy to keep going. Number 2, you're going to feel better. You're not going to have that doubt. You're not going to be those confident killing things happening all the time. You're going to feel better. Now, which stops the procrastination. That's a side note there, right? But I love that you brought that up. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Okay. And then you're going to enjoy it more. It's going to be more fun. Have you ever had like that part of your business where you're like, this doesn't feel like work. This feels easy. I love doing this. You look forward to it. There's no procrastination there. You just enjoy it more. And then the final one is you get greater results because you get to show up as your strongest self. You get to show up as that fully lit up version, your best self. And when that person shows up, that's when other people are like, wow, I want to be around you. And the right people will want to be around you. And that's when your audience can grow. That's when your world will expand with your business and you can reach more people in a way that matches you. Okay, so there's 2 things that I want to offer you from here to move forward with. Is 1, hang on, I got to get my thing going. There we go. We got the boot camp going. November 13th, I'm doing the Rapid Business Growth with Balance Boot Camp. Okay. Some of you may have done it. Some of you may have done it several times. You are welcome to come back in. This is a really powerful boot camp that really gets into that personalization factor, finding leads, building your audience, having them stick around with you, doing all the things that are profitable to really grow your business. We are doing it again on November 13th. Okay. I've had a request again. So we're going to do it. I want to make sure that we are getting you set up to end the year in a powerful way. Don't wait until the end of the year, like right at the end of the year, to get your 2024 in line. We're going to do it in November so that you have that time to shift and adjust and make sure that your business is really lined up with who you are, so that you're starting January 1st with the business that you really want to be running, so that this year coming up can be the best, the simplest, the most fun, the most freeing, and that you're having big business growth all the way through. So we're going to be doing the boot camp again on November 13th now. So jump on in there. There's the address right there so that you can come join us. Now, some of you have already done it multiple times and you may be like, I just want to talk to you, Carolyn, which is the other thing I want to invite you to do. Personalization can be really hard when we have the voices coming in, when we have the social media coming our way, when we have all the coaches, when we have all the people who are telling us, oh, you should be doing this. This is a great system. This works. This is how you can do it. Here's a new idea. And you've got all these voices coming in. It can be hard to sort that out. And so what I want to do, if you can either come to the boot camp or you can do a call, either one. The call, what I want to offer you is to be able to jump on, and I'm not going to tell you how to personalize your business. Only you know the answers. How we personalize our business really strongly is having somebody who knows how to question really effectively. And I want to hit all the areas of your business with you to make sure that you have that personalization piece set up throughout. And those of you who are in the academy, I know there's a couple of you on here. Hey, Brianna. If you're already in the academy, today's Power Hour, we're going to dig into this. We're going to diagnose the disconnect to expand the dollars. We're going to diagnose any disconnects to expand the dollars and find out where. And this is what I can help those of you who want to, get on a call with me. If you trust me enough and you're willing to get on a call with me, it's not a sales call. Okay. I don't believe in just, hi, nice to meet you. Let me sell you my programs. But what instead we're going to look at is what is the disconnect that can really help explode your business in a way that you can personalize it really quickly. And there's a whole bunch of little pockets that you want to make sure that personalization piece is set up for. And it's not somebody else telling you what to do. It's about asking the right questions in the right pockets of your business so that you can explode that and expand the dollars. So you can have those big business breakthroughs consistently through your weeks, through your months, through your years, so that you're not looking back going, oh, how did more time fly by? And I'm still not where I want it to be. Because that's what we're going to stop. Your number one thing again, what was the title for today? The number one step you must take to stop time from flying by without seeing big business improvements is personalizing every pocket of your business. So again, I want to invite you to come join us in the boot camp. I just set the registration page. I'm hoping all the automations work in that. I just renewed it last night to make sure it's up and running. So if you get an email that's got an old date or something, let me know. I may have missed something, but we are going to do that November 13th. It's just 3 quick sessions, and you'll be able to really expand your business from that, get more freedom in your days, feel that peace. And then also, if you want to dive in even deeper, just book a call with me and we'll jump on Zoom together, and I'll ask you questions for each pocket of your business, just not to assess where you're at, but to help you dig out what pieces you could personalize next and go from there. So there we go. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Thank you, Georgia and Christy and Rihanna and Lisa and Cheryl and Jenny. And I see, let's see, who else am I missing? You guys were so helpful in the chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. If you are ready for personalization, book a call. If you want to join me, oh, yay, Jenny, thanks. She said, so good. So appreciate that. Jump on a call with me or come join us in the bootcamp. And that'll be November 13th. So it's a little bit of a delay, but I wanted to open that up to you today so that you can put it on your calendar and save the date. All right. Happy Wednesday. I'm here every single Wednesday. Oh, and let me see if I've got it. Yeah, this one right here. If you want a little notification, it's a Facebook Messenger that will pop in. It's just a message from my little bot. Her name's Bella, and she just sends you, hey, we're going live now. Here's the topic, so that you can decide every Wednesday if you want to jump in or not, because it'll just give you the link to click on. So if you want those reminders, go there and you can set up your connection to Bella, who will every Wednesday send out, as long as I remember to do it, send out a little message that says, hey, Carolyn's going live. Here's the topic. Click here if you want to join. So super easy to make sure that you can assess really quickly if you want to join. All right. Oh, yay. Thanks, Christy. She just dropped it in the chat. All right, you guys. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for spending your morning with me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. All right. Bye.